standard, and all of us still have an edge. And the biggest thing we have to do is be free, fast, and fearless.
Jalen, there was a video of you that kind of went viral last week of you working on your throwing game and stuff. What has been the transition like? What has been looking like for you in the offseason?
Yeah, so the biggest thing for me is constantly improving. I'm nowhere near a finished product. And so every time I enter the building, all I want to do is improve and get better. And, one thing as a quarterback, you're throwing the ball. So that's one thing now that we're in the offseason is I'm trying to do, be the best passer I can be, the best passer in the country. And that's the ultimate goal. That's something we're going to continue to do now that we're in the offseason. And Coach Mitch, Coach Sheridan is doing a really good job with me. And Coach DeBoer is putting me in direction to be the best quarterback in the country.
Jalen DeBoer has talked about the plan, always having an option to go to Sheraton after Grubb. And were you made aware of that throughout the whole process? And did you kind of know that it always could be Nick Sheridan as the offensive coordinator? Like, how involved were you in knowing what that plan was?
Yeah, well, for me, I didn't really know what was going on, but the biggest thing I was faithful, and I trusted the process with everything that was going on, because at the end of the day, we're going to have a spring ball no matter who the coach was. And so for me, I just try to prepare mentally and physically along the way. And so now that we're here, I'm excited to have Coach Sheridan here.
You talked about kind of working on things during the offseason like every quarterback does. What are some of the things you're attempting to fine-tune, whether it was the way you throw a football or the way you play the position overall?
Yeah, overall, all I want to do is be the best quarterback in the country. And the biggest thing we're going to do is first is look at some things that we need to improve on last year, and that's for me and the coaching staff to get together and try to do that as much as possible. But number one, be the best leader I can be for the football team, and also be the best quarterback. For the coaches, and constantly just want to grow, and that's something. There's not one thing I can specifically say. Just me as a whole, just trying to improve.
You already talked about this a little bit, but how different and exciting is it to have a head coach? I know you love Saban, but that's offensive minded, and have him maybe a little more directly working with you.
Yeah, that's always great. As a quarterback, to have an offensive minded coach and to be around him, it's always great. And Coach DeBoer, along the journey that we've been on as far as these last couple of days, it's been great to have him around the quarterbacks and learn and grow, because the biggest thing we can do as a quarterback is be a sponge for our formation. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to be the best we can be for the team. And so having Coach DeBoer here has been great, and I'm just excited for what's ahead.
Is there more pre-snap stuff into this offense? It seems like there might be more just with an offensive mind. Do you have to see more, and then just what is that like, I guess?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that's asked for the quarterback, but number one is just about leading the operation and being confident. Whether it's post-snap, pre-snap reads, there's a lot of things that we can do to be explosive as an offense, be the best offense in the country. And I'm excited because there's a lot of things the offense can offer. And so all we want to do right now is master it, and so we're going to be ready.
You pretty quickly showed your excitement for this coaching staff and your willingness to stay here, but that doesn't keep people from maybe sliding in the DMs and sharks in the water. I'm curious how you look back on that time where it was the open window and whether people were trying to coax you out of an Alabama uniform, I guess.
Yeah, so prior to coming to the University of Alabama, I gave my parents a commitment. I told them I'm going to get my degree from the University of Alabama, no matter what. And that is something that stayed with me on the journey, no matter how hard it was. And I gave a commitment to my parents. And also, the biggest thing about it was not to lean on emotion through the process, and just trust the process. And that's the biggest thing that I try to do along the journey. And so now that we're here, I'm just excited because it was all about trusting the process.
You don't have a lot of sharks in the water, though.
100%.
You don't have to name names,
Yeah,
but there's teams that are reaching out.
Of course.
You talk about being a leader. How were you trying to keep the team together, and guys were coming in and out of the transfer portal? What kind of was that like? And you and Booker were big pieces in coming back.
Yeah, at the end of the day, everyone's going to do what's best for them, and that's number one. But yeah, besides the football player, the person, that's the most important thing. So I'm all for players doing what's best for them. And so just for me, just being a leader and just being here for now 4 years, the guys that's here, it's all about living up to the standard, and it's all about improving, getting better, and having short-term goals and long-term goals. That's all collectively a part of the team. And so I'm just excited because the guys that's here right now, they're all locked in, and they're making abnormal things normal. And so that's very important along we're going on this journey, as long as we have these short-term goals that we talked about and long-term goals. So you know, the biggest thing right now is be a sponge for all information from our coaching staff because they're going to put us in position to be successful.
People have already